Well, hello everybody. Happy Foxy Friday. So, day two of my, so day, day four of my Heidi vacation. So day three of the cruise was our day at sea. And the day at sea is often when they have their official formal night. So I had this black dress that I decided I was going to wear. Many people suggested it from the previous video or videos in the past. And I agree, it was a big hit. I felt very pretty and I felt great. But anyway, that's not the way the day started out. Since it was going to be a day at sea, I decided to go for a run. So I put on my workout clothes and skipped breakfast and went up to the exercise room. So I went in there and it was a little crowded, but not too bad. But it was really hot and really humid. So I got on a treadmill for like 2 seconds and then I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. I am wearing a wig, I'm gonna get so hot, I'm gonna melt, this will not be fun. So I went out to the deck where it has like a track that goes around it. So I started to run around the track. But it was like super, super windy. So I knew that wasn't gonna last either. So I did several laps doing that, and then I started walking. And it started getting kind of hot, so overall, I wouldn't say I got a good workout, but it was still kind of a fun experience being out on the deck, wearing my girl workout clothes and getting a workout. And I actually did see some people that I knew also walking around, so we kind of had fun goofing off a little bit. Well, since I had missed breakfast, I then went down to the buffet and got my breakfast, and that was when I had that incident with the woman who called me sir. Again, I know people are like all upset about that. It wasn't a big deal. I think I caught her by surprise and she apparently was in a bad mood, so it's no big deal. But anyway, I went to go find somewhere to sit down. So I sat in the back of the ship near the windows and wanted to take a picture of myself eating breakfast with the ocean in the background or whatever. And this is the only time on the whole trip where I had people stare at me. And I know it was because I was sitting there and doing the selfies, trying to get just the right lighting and whatnot. And I looked over at a table and there was like 8 people and they were all watching me. Anyway, if I'm gonna be dressed as Heidi in this locked room scenario, then I can't worry about stuff like that. And honestly, I'm over that anyway. So unless someone directly confronts me, I'm just whatever. I'm gonna live my life, you live your life. So after that, I wanted to meet some of the girls up on the deck and, just do the regular poolside thing. So I put on my one piece bathing suit, and I knew the tan lines I had gotten. So I wanted to try and fade some of those a little bit. So it was better to have the one piece. Well, I went up on deck, and because it was this is the only time when the ship felt crowded. It being a day at sea, everyone kind of went and took up all the chairs on the deck. So there were really hardly any deck chairs to get. We did find a couple that were together, so we did hang out there for a while. And that actually was quite pleasant, even though we weren't really near the pool. But there was other people around, and it was just really good. One of the things that I really like about this week was the downtime I had. I had lots of really good conversations with the other girls and got to know them and hear their stories. And it's really interesting. It seems like the girlfriends that I have are much more sharing of their lives. I don't really have in-depth conversations with many of my guy friends as a guy. I don't know if there's too much of posturing and trying to seem like you have everything under control, whereas as girls, we're more willing to admit our faults and weaknesses and show our softer sides, obviously. Also, like talking to guys, I'm always afraid I'm going to say something wrong that reveals something about me that I don't want them to know at that moment. And hanging out with other girls, well, they know my biggest secret, even though I don't know if you can call it a secret anymore. So I don't really have to watch what I say as much. I can just kind of be honestly myself. So anyway, we finished with the pool, and then one of the girls said, hey, they're doing a dance class down in room whatever, one of the music hall, in the music hall. So I'm like, dance class? I'm in for that. So I changed into some shorts and a t-shirt and went down there. And it was way fun. They were doing like these little line dances.
And then it starts. 1, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, shoulder, forward, shoulder, back, and 1, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, shoulder, shoulder, and one more. 1. I'll be gone. This is really fun, all right?
And just like simple stuff, like to the right, and to the left, and then back it up. And anyway, I was really into it. I really loved it. So I found out then that they're doing another class a little bit later. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I found my people. This is what I love to do. So I did both of those classes. Of course, and then it was time to go back and get changed. And of course, being in girl mode, you gotta factor that in, that you're gonna need 2 hours to redo your makeup and your hair and change, and then change again and whatnot. So went back and changed, and we of course wanted to finish early so we could get pictures. So we got all dolled up, and then went around to the ship to the professional photographers and got some fun pictures. And oh my gosh, it was so fun. We were on these stairs, all of us all dolled up, and people were like waiting for us to come down. And just lots of people around. Lots of people around that were like looking and smiling and offering to take our pictures. And we got lots of really good comments like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful. Your dress is so beautiful, or your makeup is so good. And just people were just enjoying seeing us and interacting with us. And luckily, I get to wear some different shoes. I was a little worried about that little blister-ish spot that I had, but these shoes hit my feet in a totally different spot, so I didn't have to worry about them blistering. So I was able to wear them all night. So I was able to wear them and not feel like I was getting a blister, which was really nice. These shoes I got from Glamour Boutique, and they're one of my favorite pairs. Well, after dinner, we had heard that there was going to be an 80s party down in that music hall where I had the dance lessons. And we're like, oh, we gotta do that. That's gonna be so fun. So we went and changed again and went down to the dance party, and it was just a blast. It was so much fun. They were rocking and dancing. And the best part, in those dance classes that I had done, that's what the performers were doing. So any of us that were in that dance class were able to dance along with the performers up on the stage, and it was just so much fun. So, it was so much fun. In fact, afterwards, just as it had ended and people were starting to trickle out, this woman walks by me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you were so much fun." And she was like really pretty and beautiful and young looking. And she said, "But I don't think they should have let people that are under 50 in here since it's an 80s party." And I was like, "Well, you can't be 50. And she goes, "Botox." So that was just a fun exchange between me and her, and she did look really good. So by then it was like midnight, and you can either stay up late or get up early. And actually, so I can either stay up late or get up early. I can't do both. But I was amazed at some of these girls, how they could stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning and then be up and dressed and have their makeup on by like 6. What the hell is that? Maybe they were taking naps in the afternoon. I don't know. But I wasn't able to do that. Oh, I've got plenty more to tell you about the rest of the ship. In fact, some really fun things that went on. So make sure you come back and see the rest of the videos.